Hey everybody, scifiwb back here, and it's the end of February, so that means another pickups video. And I got a lot today. This month. Good reason is we got our tax refund early. We try and do that each year. So yeah. And so I really did pretty good. So let's start out and see what we got for this month. Alright, starting out at Goodwill, I got SSX, or I'm just going to say double SX because it sounds easier to say. And then this was half off. I usually get the sports games half off. Yeah, NBA 2K2, the PS2. And then at Value Village, really did great. I got for the Game Boy, Tetris. This is should always be in your collection. And yeah, I've always loved playing that on the Game Boy. It's just right for the Game Boy. And then I bought about 4 PS1s, starting with Cleopatra's Fortune. Awesome. Wheel of Fortune. A Bug's Life. Awesome. And I know this is one of the worst games, but I gotta have it for my collection. Bubsy 3D, and no, it was not for $1. And then went to a place called the Exchange. It's a thrift store, and got a couple things out there. All this. First thing I got was this game bag, Game Boy Advance bag. But if it was just the bag, I wouldn't have got it. But I also in it got not one Game Boy Advance, but two Game Boy Advances. Awesome. Plus I got three games with it. Game Boy Advance, Dragon Ball Z. Now, I'm not a big fan of Dragon Ball Z. You know, I really never got into it. But having it in a collection. Plus a Looney Tunes, Marvin Strikes Back. Awesome. And also, last but not least, Aladdin for the Game Boy Color. And, of course, this nice, pretty bag. Now, usually I don't tell people how much I paid, but I got all this for $25. That was really a good deal. So I was really happy about that. And both the Game Boy Advances work. That is really good to hear about. But I also got, now this was loose, for the Wii Deca Sports, and like I said, it was loose, so I had to go to the GameCover.net, or no, thecoverproject.net to get the cover, which is not that bad. But also, a manual for King's Quest 6, a PC, for the PC, and 1992. Awesome. But it really shows you how old it is. They have showing you how to use the mouse for not just Okay. You have the option for 1 button, 2 buttons, and 3 buttons. Nowadays, you don't get that option. But still, probably use that for a trade and, you know, with other stuff. Then, at Goodwill, I found some very good stuff. Found a Game Shark for the Game Boy Advance. Also found the iToy for the PS2. Also a USB cord for the Game Shark. Put it over there. And a Game Boy, I think it's I'm not sure, Game Boy Advance SP maybe, but Macy adapter. Awesome. And that bag over here, I got a Game Boy Color, Monsters Incorporated, and then I got this unique thing. It's a PS2 memory card and goes to a USB. Now I thought it would probably go to the computer, of course, but then I thought, you know, you could play your PS2 on your PS3, but you wouldn't have your memory card. So there you go. Awesome thing to have. I had no idea what it was when I bought it, but hey, still something to buy. Alright, then I went to this one thrift store. Barely has anything at all, but it did have a game. And when it does have games, it's like, I'm not paying that much for that. But it did have this game, for the PS2, Cabela's Monster Bass. Not bad. See? Keep trying those thrift stores, even the ones that don't have very much, and you might find something. Then at a mom and pop thrift store, I found for the Game Boy Advance, Phil of the Future, yeah, $1.50, and a Sega Game Gear game, NHL Hockey, for $1.50, no complaints. Alright. Then, at Value Village, I got Hubert for the Atari 2600. Awesome. Again, for the Game Boy Color, Gex. Yeah, awesome. And also, Rush 2049. Cool. And then, at GameStop, and yes, I do shop at GameStop, I got, first, for the PlayStation 2, iToy, Operation Spy. And now that I have an iToy, I can play this. And then I got Sega Superstars Tennis. And last but not least, Geometry Wars Galaxies. Now the clerk behind the counter said she loved this game, so awesome. Now, again, you don't always have to go to thrift stores or game stores. Sometimes places like Burlington Coat Factory, you can find brand new games for cheap price, you know, inexpensive. And they had this 2-pack of 3DS games. The first one was Bit Trip Saga, and it's actually not that bad. I really am having fun. But the one I really like is called Shifting Worlds. And I'm really having fun with this. It's a platform game where you start on a black platform with white background, and you can shift to a white platform on a black background. It's actually not that bad. It's really fun. And then went back to Value Village, and I got another Atari 2600 game, Defender, which was actually a great arcade hit in its time, and I really enjoyed it. Then I got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. I'm gonna hurry up. I see the time's going fast. And then I went to GameStop again at another time, and I got some other games. Let's see, 3 Wii games actually. Counterforce, Penny Racers Party, yeah, and then this one I had to pick up. I'd never heard of it. Opuna. I think it's like an RPG. It says it's like a role-playing adventure game. It looks kind of kooky. So, yeah, try it out. And then at another Value Village again, another day. I think it was yesterday, actually. I got Pac-Man Adventures for the Game Boy Advance. And then I went to Goodwill, and I got Namcom Museum Volume 4. Awesome. It's complete. And the game comes with Assault, Ordine, Pac-Land. That'll be fun. The Return of Ishtar, and the Genshi and the Heike clans. Oh, that'll be fun. And then today, I went back to Value Village for the last time of this month, and I got a Super Nintendo game. Look, I'd never heard of it. In fact, it looked kind of weird. The Twisted Tale of Spike McFang. You know, picked it up. Super Nintendo. Hard to find nowadays for how much it is. And yeah, so that was my video that was my pickups for the month of February. March probably won't be that big, but I'm still happy about it. If you like it, please comment below, hit that like button, and subscribe. So this is scifiwb saying take care and play on.